The animals at the end of the world. I was in my early 30s, living in London, the first time the world ended. People were evacuating the city in droves, and I asked my husband why, in post-apocalyptic movies, they always evacuate the countryside instead. Then we both said at the same time, because of the animals. We left anyway, despite knowing better, because humans are animals too, herd animals. Try not to run with the herd. You'll find it impossible. Your body won't stay still. Yet soon we were on our own and felt that acutely when passing on foot through a wood populated by wolves and bears. Falling. We picked our way in silence. It seemed an eternity, but then we emerged by a river at midday, where we walked hand in hand along the muddy bank among people like us, couples devoted to each other's happiness and pleasure. And like that, we were at ease, basking in the warm sunlight and our second chance at life beside the sparkling river. Yes, we were on the run, I and my husband, but I thought about the symbolism of bathing and the renewal of life. Could one hope to have a child at the end of the world? What would her life be like? My heart stopped when I spotted a large alligator, half submerged in the river, camouflaged by shape and color, almost indistinguishable. I pointed to him with a steady hand until my husband touched my arm and nodded, and then we walked briskly to a dirt bridge that crossed over the foaming rapids to a slim trail where there then appeared 2 or 3 younger alligators crouching in wait. "It's a trap!" I cried, clutching his hip as the mother alligator climbed onto the bank behind us. The lovers, embracing or relaxing by the riverside, their lids lowered, would be surrounded. I noted in horror, swarming on the road leading to the river, more alligators, their eyes black. These preternaturally cunning beasts had us trapped. I panicked. I abandoned my life partner and the others. I leapt over the road and over the river. I ran so quickly I lost my shoes. The road became a blur under my flying feet. I felt safe running and saw no reason to stop, ever. I was on my own. That is what the end of the world means, being fixed at the intersection of fight and flight. You are trapped by a panicking animal you never quite care to acknowledge, much less talk to. My only care was to distance myself from the gaping jaw to which I had betrayed my beloved. The more I thought of him, his helplessness, the more vivid became the white belly of the ancient beast hurrying near. The faster I ran, hoping to outdistance the truth of my being at the end of the world. I would multiply the end onto infinity, but what life could there be in that wood? But a house that resembled no house I'd ever seen before arose in the distance, and my curiosity drew me to it, even as I sensed my flight energy failing, my wings thickening, rooting to the ground. I scarcely made the doorstep before lightheadedness overcame me. My eyes closed for a moment. Then I lifted my gaze to find myself inside. In a dark room with a single window, looking on an unpruned orchard, a mule busy with apples, his tail switching. The bed beneath me belonged to a child. I lay under a sheet, smooth and white, a frisky short-haired dog nuzzling me, white and brown. And I was already speaking familiarly to him. I love that I have a dog, this dog. I love this dog, I thought. This dog knows me. He is my spirit animal. My husband was talking about going out together. Cocktails would be served. He was dressing for dinner in front of a full-length mirror. Handsome, lean, young, and powerful. His reflections radiated confidence. His voice was firm and untroubled. He knew we were out of danger. We might want to visit friends, people we just met, he explained. That it would be something fun for us to do later. I asked how he had gotten here, wherever here was. The walls looked familiar, yet I knew I wasn't home. The paint was a different tone. Tying his tie, he asked, "What is the last thing you remember?" The alligator ambush, I thought, my throat constricting with dread and remorse. I wanted to sob, to say how sorry I was for running, that I wished I were dead because the thought I had left him to die alone. That he must be dead was simply the alligator ambush on the road, I said quickly. He laughed, his fingers never stopping, and told me I'd blacked out again. He explained very sweetly that we escaped the gators and found this place and this summer day. That is all he said, and I believe all he recalled. I had a flashback then of another time, and knew that we were in a farmhouse or a house with a barn nearby, like this house. That we were not protected from the end of the world, but safe enough for now. I felt safe, mostly, and shut my eyes again, grateful to have him for a partner. Someone I loved more than anything. Someone I would not hesitate to give my life to protect. And I wondered about my propensity for blacking out, and whether it was something I might pass down.